Our cruise ship departed Ålesund and arrived in Svolvær 2 days later. Day 7. Docking for 3 hours at Trondheim, a major Hurtigruten ship call. We took a quick walk around Trondheim, the third largest city in Norway. The former royal residence, Stiftsbyen, is the largest wooden building in Scandinavia. The monument in the city center square commemorates Olaf I, the founder of the city and king of Norway. The Old Town Bridge was first built on this site in 1681. The Nidelva River flows through the city, before emptying into the Trondheim fjord. Visiting Nidaros Cathedral, the largest medieval building in Scandinavia. Built in 1070, the oldest existing part of the cathedral dates back to the mid-12th century. Reconstruction began in 1869 and took more than 100 years to complete. An ornate masterpiece, Nidaros Cathedral is considered Norway's most magnificent Gothic cathedral. The church organ was made in Germany in 1930, consisting of 3,600 pipes. Built in 1160, the Archbishop's Palace now houses Norwegian royal regalia. Norwegian National Museum of Justice. Walking back to the cruise terminal along the Trondheim fjord. Back on our ship, Hurtigruten MS Nordkapp. Norway's most beautiful and iconic lighthouse, Jønskjær Lighthouse. Day 8. Between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m., our ship will sail between Nesna and Orens, crossing the Arctic Circle. People exuberated over the Arctic Circle crossing ceremony. A tradition involves baptism with ice water. Arriving at Bodø, the first town we docked in after entering the Arctic Circle. We took a quick walk through Bodø to feel the unique charm of the harbor city. Stormen Library. Bodø Cathedral. Bodø City Hall. Anna Benoni Park, in memory of a true, hardworking lady from Bodø. After a brief stopping at Stamsund, we continue to Svolvær, our final destination of this sail. Our hotel in Svolvær is right across the cruise terminal. From Svolvær, we took bus to Reine, Lofoten Islands, and back, then we continued north, on a Hurtigruten cruise ship to our final destination for this sail, Tromsø. Day 9. Empty pier. Our ship must have departed last night. We're almost in Reine. On the right, stands Ålesund, an iconic peak in Lofoten Islands. Like most tourists, we are here to challenge ourselves on the Reinebringen hike. At the trail entrance, it says 1.1 kilometers one way, with a medium or blue difficulty level. The elevation gain of Reinebringen is 1,480 feet, and the steep, 1,978 stepstone staircase trail was built by the Sherpas. One hour and 50 minutes later, overlooking the Norwegian Sea from high above. We finally reached the summit. The breathtaking panoramic view of the fishing villages and fjord makes the hard work worthwhile. The real challenge is to conquer the final 50 meters, with a long and narrow rocky path, from the end of the stairs to the actual summit ridge, where you get to see this sign. Passing by the Lofoten National Park Visitor Center on Reinebringen, the main road of Reine. Our home is right across from the visitor center. The Circle K in Reine serves as a central hub for the village. The iconic red fishing huts, rorbuer. From February to May, these drying racks will be filled with Norwegian Arctic cod. Day 10. Taking bus back to Svolvær. In Svolvær, we embarked on a boat tour, silent Trollfjord cruise. Just as we left the harbor, we were surprised to see Svolværhytta, the goat, the famous pinnacle that had been shrouded in clouds earlier. At the entrance to the pier, we saw the statue of the fisherman's wife. Passing by two sea eagles. What was thought to be a sea eagle flying was actually a juvenile herring gull. This time it's really a sea eagle. We are about to pass through the narrowest waterway of Trollfjord. The hybrid electric ship, with its engines off, quietly sailing through the waterway before turning around. Back in Svolvær, we took a stroll around the town while waiting to board. the Methodist Church in Svolvær. Svolvær is connected to several smaller islands, one of which is Lamholmen Island on the right, and Aurora, located directly across from the main town center of Svolvær. Visiting the Lofoten War Memorial Museum. It houses Norway's largest collection of World War II uniforms, along with smaller artifacts. On this photograph it says, "This picture is signed by former President George Bush. His gunner was from Lofoten." At 10 p.m., we boarded the Hurtigruten cruise ship, MS Nordkapp, and headed to Tromsø. Day 11. We docked at Finns at noon, which is very close to Tromsø. At 2:30 p.m., we arrived at Tromsø, the final destination of this sail. September in Norway marks the official beginning of the aurora borealis season. But do we have the luck to spot one tonight? At 8 p.m., we met our guide as scheduled, hoping to be able to catch a glimpse of the northern lights tonight. Our experienced photographer guide stopped the bus far away from the city. And then, a green light appeared through the clouds. Everyone got excited. Our guide decided to drive through the rain zone and head straight to the Finnish border to wait for the northern lights to appear. 20 minutes later, the aurora finally appeared. Day 12. Visiting Polaria, the world's northernmost aquarium. These marine creatures that attach to the rocky base. Some resemble seaweed. Some look like pupae. And some are like bats. Visiting the Polar Museum in Tromsø, housed in a 200-year-old wooden structure, showcasing Arctic hunting, trapping, and polar exploration history, including the hunting activities of Norwegians in Svalbard and Greenland, and the expeditions of Norwegian explorers
Fridtjof Nansen
and
Hjalmar Johansens.
After leaving the Polar Museum, we crossed the Tromsø Bridge to reach the Arctic Cathedral. Her shape resembles an iceberg or ice floe, symbolizing the Arctic. The church interior is simple, elegant, and highly modern. Taking a cable car ride to the summit of
Storstunden,
a premier spot to view the northern lights. It would be perfect if we could see the lights again tonight. At the summit, in addition to a restaurant and cafe, there is an expansive outdoor observation platform. It is now a little past 5 p.m., and people are sitting in the restaurant. Some are resting after climbing up, and others, like us, are waiting to see the northern lights. Four hours passed. We finally captured the northern lights. As we rode the cable car down that night, we saw the northern lights yet again. And this time with naked eye. Upcoming next, we begin our journey to southern Norway. First, we head to Norway's fourth largest city,
Stavanger.